Why, yes, I am wearing pajamas. It's the Reindeer Readathon.
Moving pictures. Hello there, moving pictures.
What's up, Doc?
I've been all around the world. Every city, every place. Always been a restless girl.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Mouse Diva channel. If this is your first time here, I am Dana, the Mouse Diva, and I put out bookish and Disney content. So I am so excited to say that this is my very first readathon, and this is a great one to start off with. It is from Break Even Books, and there are 5 teams. We have Team Mistletoe, Team Snowflake, Nutcracker, Stocking, and Candy Cane. And there are 9 prompts, and then there are bonus prompts, and this is actually a competitive readathon. This is the 5th year, and you are broken up into teams. It's random. I get to start off on the Nutcracker team, and they have team leaders for each one, and I will link all of those team leaders and of course Break Even Books, who is always the lead to Team Mistletoe, down in the description box below. So you earn points for every prompt, and then like I said, there are bonus points that you can earn. So let's get started. Okay, I want us all to admire the graphics on our prompt sheet, guys. Now it's even cuter in color, but I don't have a color printer. So all of the prompts have to do with all of the reindeer. Now our first prompt is worth 15 points, and it is Dasher. And it says, read a book where the title contains one of the first 5 words you see in the word grid on page 4. Must be from the word list. Now, the first word I saw was box, but it's not on that list, so I can't use it. The next word I saw was a book, and then queen, and it seems that a lot of people are seeing queen. Holly is what I saw next, but it also wasn't on the list. Then blood, which a lot of people are seeing. Ship, which I haven't watched anything that anybody's that said they saw ship. And sky. So I have to pick one of those words for the prompt. It has to be in the title. And that was easy. I will be reading the book, there's my word, of Charlie. This was a recent purchase that I picked up at Sam's Club. I need to stop going in the book section of Sam's Club because I normally end up picking up something. This sounds so interesting, like real life interesting. Wisdom from the remarkable American life of a 109-year-old man. And I don't even need to read the rest, because why? Because that is interesting enough. The man has lived to 109 years old. He's got interesting things to say. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Prompt number 2, Dancer. Read a book with a title that has at least 5 words in it. Originally I thought, well, that's going to be hard, but actually it was harder to decide which book. There are several books in my pile here that have at least 5 words in the title, but I'm going with Bingo Night at the Fire Hall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is actually a discarded library book that I got at the library sale for literally like 25 cents. And what I love about this book is, look guys, remember these? Okay, so thumbs up for all the people that did what I did growing up. I visited the library a lot. My parents didn't have money to buy things like books, so I checked out a lot. And how many of you would pull out the card, the checkout card, and read the names to see if anybody you knew had checked the book out? And for all of you younger people that have no idea what I'm talking about, there would be a little card and you'd pull it out, and every time you checked out a book, you had to sign it. And then they would stamp it with the return due date, with the due date. So, oh gosh, this brought back memories. All right, so the case for cows, orchards, bake sales, and fairs. Now again, that's interesting enough that why do I even need to read anymore? But I will give you just a quick little synopsis. In 1990, Barbara Holland, the author, inherited her mother's summer cabin in the northern Blue Ridge Mountains. I live in the Blue Ridge Mountains. She quit her job in Philadelphia, said goodbye to friends and family, and moved into a different world. On the mountain, she wrestled with winter and isolation, stoked the wood stove, and learned to live with bears in the trash, mountain lions in the lawn, and it goes on even further. So this to me said winter read, cozy winter read, and it fits the prompt. Our next reindeer is Prancer, and it is worth 10 points. And Dancer was worth 15. I think I forgot to say that. But Prancer, 10 points. Read a book set in a place you have never been. Well, that's easy. Many people are going with fantasy books because they're worlds that they've never lived in. But I am going with Salem, Massachusetts. I can't even say the word. Bill O'Reilly's Killing the Witches, the horror of Salem. And this has to do with the Salem witch trials. Of course, this is nonfiction. I read a lot of nonfiction, guys. First of all, let's admire, like, I love things that show old paper, like graphics of old paper or scrolls or old world. Love that kind of stuff. In early February 1692, the devil comes to Salem. Betty Paris is sitting quietly by the night fire without any warning. As if struck by an invisible force, the 9-year-old goes into convulsions. And we all know that all of these few children and these young ladies were faking all of this, but it goes into multiple reasons of why specific people did fake these episodes of being bewitched. So really excited to get into this one. Would have made a really great October read, but I didn't get a lot of reading done in October because of a test that I had to study for. So, all right, Vixen, 20 points. Read a book you have been putting off. Someone else's shoes. And not only have I been putting it off because of the thickness, it is 435 pages, but it's also not necessarily something I would normally read. However, I have a friend, she's in her 80s, and she loves to loan me books to read. And I have probably about 8 books. And some of these books I've had a good 6 months that she's loaned me, and I feel so bad about having them for this long. So there's quite a few in this stack that I was determined to make fit into the prompts so that I could read them and get them back to her. Like, it would give me the extra motivation to give them back. And that is one of the reasons that I was like, I need to do a readathon. I need to do my first Comet readathon. Is worth 20 points. Read a book that starts with the same letter as your star sign. Well, I am the stubborn Taurus. I'm going to go on a tour. My glasses. I know that's really bad. I know. It's really, really bad. But it like came to me like as soon as I tourist. But it's not Taurus. I'm a Taurus. I'm a Taurus. Pronounce it the right way. And then the pun doesn't really work that well. The tour. Okay. I'm a Taurus. I'm a stubborn Taurus. So here's another book that my friend had loaned me. So it works perfect. T for tour. It is a tour series, book one. I had never heard of the tour series. I love to travel and I love books that have anything to do with traveling. So guide Connor O'Shea has given hundreds of tours and doesn't expect this one to be any different. Take a bus. Okay. Take a bus. Oh my gosh. So guys, seriously, who proofed this? Take a bus full of strangers through Ireland's most colorful and iconic locations. Oh my gosh, a misprint on the back cover? Whoa, okay. The passengers couldn't be more different. A Wall Street banker, a man hunting serial divorcee, a love-hungry cop, and a very old lady with an incredible secret. But each wants something, and they all have something to hide. Oh, okay. See, this is something I would love to do in my life. I want to go on a bus tour. I mean, isn't that so corny? But I want to go on a bus tour with all these different types of people, kind of like this. And I mean, how fun would that be? Like, you're going to get to know little bits and pieces. You're on a bus tour with people. And oh, I just think it would be so fun. So maybe one day in my retirement days, Mr. Mouse Diva and I can take a bus tour. And Cupid, 15 points. Read a book that has multiple points. Again, another book she has lent me. I told you I was going to make this work. The Keeper of Happy Endings. And all I had to do was flip through. It's so easy to find these types. Oh, we have her point of view. And oh, we have Rory's point of view. And do we have any more? Nope, we're back to Rory. And nope, so just two different points of view. So the Keeper of Happy Endings. So she is well schooled in the business of happy endings. For generations, her family has kept an exclusive bridal salon in Paris where magic is worked with needle and thread. It's said that the bride who wears one of their gowns is guaranteed a lifetime of joy. But devastating losses during World War II leave her world and heart in ruins and her faith in love shaken. She boxes up her memories, stowing them away along with her broken dreams, determined to forget. Decades later, while coping with her own tragic loss, aspiring gallery owner Rory Grant leases her old property and discovers a box containing letters and a vintage wedding dress never worn. So I won't even go into the rest. But so several of my books, as you can see, could have been for other prompts. So this is Paris. So I've never been to Paris. So that would have worked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 words in the title. That would have worked. But I'm going with this one because this is the one that had to work for this prompt because it is the only one with multiple points of view. All right, let's go with Donner at 15 points. Read a book. Oh, no. Read a book with multiple animals on the cover. This might have to be the first one I read. Oh, The Comfort of Crows, a Backyard Year, and we have many animals. I was hoping to be able, when I saw, before I even committed to doing this, and I read all the prompts because I'm like, am I going to be able to do this? Let me look at the prompts. And I saw the animal cover one. I knew right away. We have birds and worms and caterpillars and snakes and butterflies. And I think there's some more in here, but this is an absolutely beautiful cover. And not only that, but the author, I think it's her brother, is the illustrator. There are actually illustrations. And this is a non-fiction book just based on this woman taking the time to notice the things in her yard or out while she's walking the dog. She's just taking in the outdoors. She's taking in the little things and she's noticing. She's slowing down, which is something that you're smelling the roses, as the phrase goes. It's something that I need to do so bad, but I have so much going on in my life I can't yet. So I look forward to the retirement days so I can be like Margaret here and to just sit out there and watch the birds and all the other things going around in the quiet world around her. And this book, I actually got the day before it was released. For some reason, Barnes & Noble had it out the day before, and I grabbed that puppy, and I was like, okay, I did read the first chapter because my husband's driving the car, and we're going to run our next errand, and I'm reading the first chapter. So I couldn't resist, and I'm falling in love with it in just that first chapter, and I'm so excited. That's why I think this one's gonna end up being the first one. All right, Blitzen is 20 points. Okay, this was the really scary one. Okay, are you ready? Roll a dice or use a random number generator, numbers 1 through 6. The number you get multiplied by 100 is the minimum amount of pages your book needs to have. Now, as you can see, other than that JoJo book, my books are really not large. And that's because December's a very busy month for me. And I just don't know if I'm going to get them all done. And oh my gosh, anybody on the Nutcracker team with me, I'm going to try my best. But please don't be mad at me if I don't get them all read. But that's why I was reading little books. And oh my gosh. And I'm like, okay. And I'm so nervous. I'm like, oh my gosh, don't roll a 5. Really don't roll a 6. Let's see what I got.
I thought that was him.
100. That's an easy one. 100. I got it. Wow. Yay me. Oh, so did I luck up or what? I mean, I could read anything basically because 100 pages. Oh, thank goodness. But what I chose is perfect for this month, just because December can be a sentimental month, I think, for people. And I had to move some of the boxes that have been stored at my parents' house forever. And this is one of my favorite childhood books. You can see, like, this is cracked off. And oh my gosh, look at Kid Dana signing her name. It's been taped right here. So I would have got this in the 70s. It was a Christmas gift. That's another reason that I wanted to read it. And the bad thing is, it's been so long that I can't even remember what the book is about. I just know I read it so many times as a kid, and I absolutely loved it. So this book, I'm curious. So let's see. Look at that. It's been taped together. I'm guessing my younger sister did something to it. It's always the younger sister, right? Oh my gosh. So it was written in 1951. So go ahead, comment below. Do you have a sentimental book that you read as a kid? Let me know down below. I would really love to know what it is. Like, I literally got tears in my eyes when I found this book because I had forgotten about it. And when I saw it, just that childhood just all flooded back to me. And so this is, how many pages? It is 189 pages, but as you can see, it's very big font. So this will actually be a one-day read. So that's really going to help me get through 9 books. And then the last one, Rudolph, 20 points. Read a book that came out before you were born, or a book that came out in 2023. So basically, at my age, if I read a book that came out before I was born, would probably be a classic book. And actually, that book would have counted because it was 1951. I'm actually going to read a book that came from my literary book box, subscription box. This was like a second book. This wasn't the regular book. The regular book, The Haunting of Hill House, was actually the regular book that came in that subscription box. I had gotten the Halloween box. This was like a bonus book that was put in there. And We Have Always Lived in a Castle. It's a Penguin classic. And I've never read this book. I love this whole orange collection. It's the 70th anniversary of Penguin Classics. We present the Penguin Orange Collection, celebrating the heritage of Penguin's iconic book design and 12 influential American literary classics. So I'm really excited to read a classic, and that should be a very easy weekend read. So those are the books I've picked out for the prompts. Now let's go to extra points with the bonus prompts, and you can use one of the books you're already reading as those bonus points. So heads up, everybody on the Nutcracker team, I will not be doing a lot of these, and you're about to find out why. So the extras, bonus points, Christmas Star, a book over 500 pages. You can get 25 points. Now the people who rolled a 5 or a 6 on their dice, they already have to read a book that big, and they can earn an extra 25 points because of that. Now, for that reason, that JoJo book is actually going to be the last book I read, because I want to see what time, like, am I going to get all these books done in 3 weeks, and then I have a whole week that I could possibly read a larger book? So I'm going to wait on that one, and if I have time, I'll switch it to a different book that has over 500 pages and see if I can get through it and get those extra points. Because the other bonus, Christmas Lights, at 15 points, I will not be earning those because it is read an ebook. I am an old-fashioned girl, and I do not read electronic books at all, period. So that's not going to happen. I need the physical book. I am a book sniffer. I want to feel the pages. I want to touch the pages. And I collect hardbacks. So ebook, not for me. And I will not be earning the 20 points Christmas Carols, an audiobook. Don't listen to audiobooks. And I'm sorry, guys. That doesn't count. That's not reading. That's listening. And I know y'all, and I know that's a big thing. For a lot of readathons, they include, you can read it as an audiobook. Guys, that's not reading, that's listening. That's cheating. Christmas Tree, 20 points. Branch out and read a book you wouldn't typically go for. Now, that one I could earn because of the JoJo book. This book is not something I would normally read. So if I do end up reading this one, then I will get an extra 20 points because it's not, you know, I'm a nonfiction, historical fiction, mystery. I'm that type of gal. And slaying it, 50 points if you've completed all of your prompts and Christmas bonus prompts. So obviously I won't be doing that because I will not be doing an ebook or an audio book. So some of the rules: you must complete the book in order to claim the prompt. So there is a place where we go in and we enter our points so that they can constantly be added to our team points. There's also, evidently they do things like on Discord. I'm actually not on that. I don't have time for any other thing like that, it's hard enough for me to just get up, you know, post and pictures on Instagram. So I definitely will not be I can't do the Discord. No doubling up. Each book can only have one prompt. If you're going for bonus points, this book can only have one bonus. So I couldn't use someone else's shoes for, if it was over 500 pages, 500 and the branching out. You can only use it for I would love to know what you think about the books I have selected. Do any of them seem interested? And I'm really excited to say that I hope this starts something new for me. Like I said, it is my first readathon, and it was so fun to actually pick out the books. And I'm thinking I want to do more readathons, so I just need to look for the right ones. If you know of any other good readathons that you think would be a good fit for me, then comment below. I want to know about those. And hey, thumbs up for the clever Reindeer Readathon prompts. I love the theming. And subscribe and hit the bell notification button, because I will be doing a progress report in the middle of December to let you guys know how I am coming along on the readathon. So you'll want to hit the bell notification button so you know when I upload that. Until the next page.